Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Anime This. I'm GP, and the lad next to us is Comic Lad Simon. This is a bit of an impromptu because we've had a bit of trouble. It was going to be on your channel, and then we decided to put it back on my channel.
Just because of these.
So this was your idea for this episode. How about you tell people what we're doing?
Right.
What we're talking about?
Well, first of all, let's say that GP's mic isn't working properly.
Yes,
Is it?
Yeah, I've got. No, it's my camera.
It's
My
your camera,
not my mic.
Yeah. So your camera's on your phone and your mic's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
You're
So
have
I keep looking up here and looking at my battery and looking back down here to talk to you.
So last time we did it off Crunchyroll because obviously that's the main anime streaming site.
Yeah.
And we did all our recommends what we're watching at the time. So I said let's recommend stuff that's on Netflix because Netflix is the next biggest anime hub for streaming.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then eventually it'd be nice to do Disney Plus. Disney Plus doesn't have as much for guys, but we can go on there and we'll review the best ones we think for you guys.
But the thing with the Disney one though, you do have anime. You just have to find it. It's either going to be on Marvel or Star Wars, but there is some actual Japanese anime.
Yeah, there's quite a bit now. They're picking a lot up Disney Plus. So I've been watching one or two off there, so we can go through them. I think we're only going to do Disney Plus once. And then we'll come back to Crunchyroll and Netflix because they are the big hubs of anime. So
next up, because Simon's actually going to Japan.
I am.
Japan.
You're
going to Japan soon, so we won't have a show for a little while. Back in October.
So I come back on the 10th of October. So I would say towards like the mid or back end of October, we can do a Halloween special anime this.
Yeah, so, absolutely, which is always fun.
It is.
If you noticed, you haven't seen on my channel, I've been doing read-alongs to One Piece, which is, we'll get to that later. And also the other one of my reads I picked is what I'm going to be reading through October.
Okay.
So you know what it is. It's actually one of your picks from last time.
Was it? You did one pick.
Yeah. But yeah, Netflix. So Netflix has a huge variety.
When I was choosing, and obviously we've only chosen 3 each to go through.
Yes.
Yeah. But I could have chosen a good 10. So yeah, Netflix.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
It's got a big chunk.
I will say on my picks though, I haven't watched them all the way through. On two series. I've just been that busy because I was explaining to Simon I've been really busy these past few weeks. But we'll get to that as we go along. So shall we just bring up the slides and we'll start?
Let's go.
Yeah. Where we are here. That's and there's Simon's right at the beginning. Back in.
He's flicking through them all.
Yeah.
This is ideal YouTube in here.
So this was my pick. My first pick, Terminator Zero. You watch it, Si?
I have. This is a new one that's just come out, and I pretty much watch it straight away. So
yeah, I've got 3 episodes left.
Okay.
So I was on Dr. Von Hoot's channel last weekend, and he asked what I've been watching. I said Terminator Zero. He's been watching it as well.
Yeah.
It's absolutely fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Forget the 3rd live action movie. Just watch this.
Yeah, exactly. So I think what I like about this, it takes on a different concept to Terminator.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it is set in Japan, so it is like
it is. So the premise is it's set in 1997, day before Judgment Day. This billionaire tech fella, I cannot remember the names. Malcolm Lee, that's it. Malcolm Lee. He's a billionaire tech genius, and he keeps getting visions of Judgment Day. So what he ends up doing to combat this and combat Skynet is he builds an AI. But you can imagine that's going to go well.
Yeah.
It's also a story. A girl gets sent back from the future to stop what's going to go on. She's followed by a T-800, good old T-800. And yeah, it's the aesthetics of this is absolutely brilliant. Just had Pete join us there. How are you doing then, Pete? Banks was trying to make. The aesthetics of Terminator Zero, brilliant. Down to the soundtrack. You think James Cameron would have had like a big deal in this because it does feel like the kind of thing he would make.
Yeah,
and that's why he did the first two movies so brilliantly. So yeah, Terminator Zero, go and watch it. It's brand new out. How many episodes?
I think is it 9 or something, or more than that?
8 episodes.
8 episodes. There you go.
So they're only on about 23, 25 minutes each.
Yeah.
So
yeah. It's definitely worth it. So as a good starting anime for Netflix, what they've done.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So Simon. Oh no, that's
this
mine.
Is your pick. That's not.
Oh, do you know what's happened, Simon? I'm gonna have to remove this a minute. I'm gonna have to really. I have to reload it up because we updated it and I've left that on, haven't I? Bollocks. 2 seconds, people. Simon, you're gonna have to start.
I'm just gonna have to entertain them.
You are. You get Simon dancing.
But so I'm off to Japan soon, guys. So hit me up or DM me if there's anything you want me to go check out or see. I will be when I'm going to Japan. I have like a sort of itinerary with my friends. One, I'm getting absolutely drunk, which is going to be fun.
Full of sake.
Yeah. 2, I am going to go to the Godzilla Museum, which is going to be fun, and I'm doing Universal and the Mario World, sort of part of Universal.
So I'm sure you'll be doing videos of these for your own channel.
Possibly if I get time and I'm not too hungover, but yeah.
So I say we can absolutely talk about it on the show.
Yeah, we will be in like show. So I will be in like Tokyo for 4 or 5 days. Then we're sort of going off cross country around Japan, which will be quite nice.
Cool.
So some more rural areas, and then heading to Kyoto for 4 days, which is a very nice place to be, and then ending up in Osaka. So yeah,
nice. And I will say, because I've been watching this guy on YouTube called Chef PK. Who went to Japan, and there's a lot of anime themed restaurants.
Oh yeah, it's huge. So I'm obviously I'm a big retro game collector at the moment, so I'm going there hunting for retro games. So that's what I'm doing. I won't be buying a lot, but you can get a lot of cheap anime figures. That obviously I collect a few of the anime figures. Some behind me there, a couple of them. I got a Bam Presto one, so I'm going to pick a couple of those up really cheap. So I do know I've been watching a few YouTubes, like Akihabara, which is the main hub of anime. It's because it's very touristy. I will go around there. I'm going to have a look and video it anyway because it's amazing to have a look around.
Yeah,
it is actually too expensive to buy a lot of that stuff.
Oh, right.
So because they target international people and they know all the games there, it's overpriced. It's super overpriced. They have these like cheap stores called hard offs and knockoffs. They're called knockoffs. I think they're called hard off and book offs, and you can get cheap. Yeah, it does sound wrong, but anyway, you can get your cheap anime figures there. And I'm going there for retro game consoles, really cheap. So I'm gonna go and venture out for one of those. So.
Very cool. Can't wait to see what you have when you get back. I think I've got this sorted, Simon.
Perfect. Awesome.
Delicious in the Dungeon. I've actually seen this one advertised.
You have seen this one, okay? So
I haven't watched it. I've seen it advertised. So.
This was a weird anime that come on to Netflix, which I really, really enjoyed. Like the concept is just bizarre, and it just come out of nowhere, and it's so good. So obviously it's based off like the sort of fantasy RPG sort of environment where people go into dungeons and battle dragons and everything else in a dungeon. Basically, you've got Laios, which is the guy in the armor. You've got the girl Marcel. You've got the dwarf guy Senshi, and then Chilchuk, which is like a halfling sort of small guy. And they've all got their own little.
Congratulations on their names, because I would have remembered them.
And so and the basis of it is they get before they meet up with Senshi, who's the main sort of cooking character of the group. They're in the dungeon and they're starving because they've run out of food. And they've ran out of food, and then a dragon attacks, and a dragon actually eats Laius's sister.
Right.
And but you can, because it's a fantasy thing, you have time to revive people, like with dark magic and things like
All
that.
right. Okay, I get
So
you.
yeah, and so he's really upset and everything, and he needs to go back into the dungeon to find the dragon to sort of kill the dragon.
Yeah.
And they obviously only survived themselves because they were starving, and they were like, we need to do something about our hunger, but we can't keep we've got no money. So he has no money or nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And then they meet Senshi, and he's like, oh well, you can cook monsters in the dungeon.
Right.
So the concept is delicious in a dungeon. They attack and kill or find fungi or all these dungeon things and make a delicious meal out of it.
Who doesn't like a fungi? So we're not in that alive situation there then. We're not cannibalism. Hi, Kenneth. Nice for you to join us, mate.
So so they like so basically there's many animals in the dungeons and creatures and monsters, but it's just a concept. Like obviously Marcel's a bit against it at the start, but like but in each episode they basically make up a delicious dish and cook something up out of a monster or something, and Senji's like, look, you can do this with this, and it's got that creative element to it as well, and it's quite funny. So
I will say, I'm looking at the stills there. The animation looks fun.
Yeah, it is. It is a fun animation to watch, and it does get very serious towards the end. Obviously, they do find the dragon, and and I won't say the spoilers, but
don't spoil it.
But anyway,
how long's this been out for, Simon?
It's been out for a couple of months now, but the full season 1's all finished now. So it's such a fun anime to watch on Netflix.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Oh, brilliant. Right. Blue-Eyed Samurai.
Yes. Now I would put this as a CGI rather than an anime.
Well, yeah, it is CGI. Absolutely.
Like shell-shaded CGI, isn't it? So,
but it's done really well.
Oh,
it's one of the best ones I've watched. And when you get to my next pick, you'll understand why, if you've seen that. So this is brand new out. It just came out in August, I believe.
It says November the 3rd there, but
does this? Oh, we got it early.
Only been out a while, I think.
So yeah, this is a revenge story. If you've seen Mulan, you'd understand that the main protagonist is actually a girl. In Japan, that's a no-no. And at the time as well, because it's a historical fact that there was no Westerners allowed in Japan. Japan's closed all its borders. But the girl here, she's what they call the half-breed. She's half Western. She's got blue eyes. She's got rounded eyes, sort of. And so she's like being called a dog and everything. I will say as well, this is for mature audiences only.
Yeah.
It's not just for the graphic violence. There's also nudity in it as well. So
yeah. I mean, just the bullet at the start. There's bullying, isn't there? Because she's like a half-breed type, and from Japanese kids, and that sort of go into a story background. So
so this is I'll get this up here. There's 8 episodes of this one as well. So it's not a lot to watch. But yeah, this is really well done. It's intriguing. It hooks you straight away. So this has been one of my favorite watches this year up to now.
Yeah.
So, anything else to add to that, Simon, or should we just?
I mean, obviously, like from you've seen there, they go black and white for all a lot of blood scenes as well, which is so it's not over graphic, but it is really really good, and it has got that like cool samurai Mulan aspect to it.
Yeah, a bit like if you've seen the old Japanese movies, Lady Snowbird, that sort of thing. Or Kill Bill.
Yeah. But there is another season of this coming out as well, isn't there? So,
right. I
think it did actually win some awards. This one as well.
Yeah.
It did win an award. So, well worth a watch.
Definitely. Simon, you've got Castlevania. Something I have watched all of.
Something you have watched all of. So this is Castlevania. This is if you're going on Netflix for me, any anime to pick up. This is it. This is has to be your first watch for me.
Yeah.
This came out 2017. There is
Mhm.
4 seasons of this out already. There is another off-take of Castlevania that not to get confused, called Castlevania Nocturne, and we'll go over that another time. But that's it's the sort of same basis but set differently.
Yeah, so I will explain this Castlevania series. It is Trevor Belmont from the video games going up against Dracula.
Yeah.
Like in the video games.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. Oh, what's the guy's name who does the voice of Trevor Belmont? He was in The Hobbit.
It's
I forget his name.
Richard Armitage.
Richard Armitage, yeah, he does the voice of Trevor. He does a fantastic voice acting job.
Yeah. And so this styling of anime, I don't know who it reminds me of. Have you like the Vampire Hunter D sort of style?
Yeah.
And that was done ages ago. And
so that was that's an old anime.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the same animation, but it reminds me of that. So I'm guessing it is. I need to find out who the animators are. The animation on it and everything is just amazing. So basically at the beginning, it's Dracula falls in love with his wife. The wife gets killed as they think she's a witch, even though she's just a healer and she's got advanced science from Dracula. And he gets really upset about it and then basically damns all humanity. And so he has a floating castle that keeps
teleporting. Castles are mind fucked.
Yeah, it goes from you can't find the castle because it teleports itself from location to location, so people can't find Dracula, and he's really hard to find. So many sort of they don't solve. Dracula sends out what we call these monsters, and they go and kill people, and so everyone's been like at the turmoil of Dracula, but he is going to send his whole horde of vampires and sort of wipe out a whole of humanity. And in that time, basically you get Trevor Belmont meets Cynthia, who's sort of a magician woman. And she's sort of a part of the sort of, I would say, like a religious sort of background.
That's sort of like a religious order.
A religious order.
Delves into magic. They also meet up with Dracula's son as well.
Alucard.
Alucard. I'm mispronouncing everything tonight.
And Alucard doesn't like. He wants to stop his dad as well because he basically doesn't want humans just to die, so be wiped out. So, amazing action pack. 4 seasons. It's a lot of seasons. It is.
Well, I will say with the 4 seasons though, they're pretty easy to get through.
Yes, definitely.
They are pretty easy.
Yeah, it's worth it. It's really it's just really good.
So I'll also add, once I was getting back into anime, this was the first one I watched in a long time, and that got me back into it. And then I went off to watch Berserk after this because it was like same aesthetic sort of thing. But it's like if you're getting in and you've got Netflix, you shove this on. If you like the video games, go ahead and watch it as well.
Definitely not for kids either, but
definitely a mature audience. Definitely.
Yeah, a lot of these animes are going to be mature. Well, Delicious in the Dungeon doesn't have to be, but they are more mature. I would say my anime is for mature audiences mostly, unless you want the Studio Ghibli stuff for the kids.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
We'll move on to
move on.
Yeah. So Simon, I did start watching this once before, Godzilla, Planet of Monsters.
Yeah.
A lot when it first come out, and I ended up switching it off so far through. And then me and you were talking, and you said, "Oh, I'm going to do Gamera." I said, "Oh, well, I'll do Godzilla." I started watching it before. Oh God!
And you went back to it?
I went back. I watched all of this one. There's three movies. This
isn't it?
This is the first one. Yeah, It's 3 movies. This is the first one. It's got CGI animation. I hated how Godzilla looked in it.
You do?
I really did.
But the reason I like it because it's like the biggest Godzilla out there. I think
he is. He's like monster, planet destroying Godzilla. He really is that big. Basically. I will say there is some good bits. So Hiro Sakaki, is the protagonist. He screams bastard a lot all the way through because he thinks Godzilla's a bastard. I've never seen Godzilla's dad. Maybe he is.
So
this is like humanity gets run off Earth basically from the kaiju. Godzilla's public enemy number one for them, and it gets to about 20,000 years into the future.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of like stasis sleep, that sort of thing. So humanity's travelled 20,000 years into the future. They've got aliens with them because it's a Toho movie, so they've got to have aliens in it. And they're running out of everything. They're running out of resources, food, all that sort of stuff. So they have to go back to Earth. And when they get back, they start running into kaiju. There's a mini Godzilla.
Yeah.
And then...
But they don't know that. They think that's the real Godzilla, don't they?
Yeah, they think that's the real Godzilla until the real Godzilla wakes up. And when he does wake up, I will say, even though I didn't like the animation on him, what he does was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
With the atomic breath and...
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But I guess if you're a Godzilla fan, give it a watch. I'm going to watch the other two. Maybe we'll do a kaiju special one time. Maybe November.
Yeah.
And I'll watch the other two. That'll be the only reason why I'll watch the other two if we do a special, Simon.
Yeah. Well, the other two, like, so it just brings in like the sort of element to it. So like they are worth watching, all of them. So yeah.
See, because there's also another Godzilla series on Netflix.
Yeah. But that one I didn't like as much. Yeah.
You didn't like it. I started watching it and I was enjoying it.
Really? Because like you don't really see Godzilla in that one. Like that one's more.
You don't, but you get other kaiju in. You get Anguirus, Rodan.
Yeah, you do. You get they're more like loads of little Rodan. They're not like the big Rodan we know. But to me, the reason I like this is you will get Mecha Godzilla in the movie 3, I think, and you do get is it the three-headed dragon? Is it Gamora?
Yeah, Ghidorah.
Ghidorah.
Yeah, different ways of pronouncing it.
So that is in these Godzilla movies. So that's why I do enjoy.
I will say though, for this one, Godzilla is pretty much throughout the movie from the beginning.
Yeah.
He's in it at least every 10 minutes. You might
exactly
see a little bit of him, but yeah, so he is throughout the movie.
Well, Singularity Point's more about it's more about time travel, really.
Yeah. So this come out November 2017, so it's been out a few years. So it's on there. It's never going off Netflix. But yeah, 3 movies. Go and watch them. Let us know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Simon, your next one.
My next one.
Voltron.
Yes, so Voltron is a must-watch for me. So obviously it's based off the old Voltron series and well, what it is. So you have the 5 lions, and these 5 lions transform, and there is the defender of the universe. So there's planet Earth, and they don't know it yet because they're trying to contact space, but there's space aliens out there that are invading basically other planets and taking over, and is Emperor Zarkon, who's the bad guy,
right?
And like anything else, there's a bad guy in Emperor Zarkon, and then there's the protagonists all from space, and they're mainly kids apart from one of them, and they all go into space and find these lions. Well, they find one lion on Earth, first. And then that lion then takes them all to find the other ones. So they find the princess who's in the castle, and as they do, and they have to form Voltron. And so the first 2-3 episodes, they're trying to just figure out how to form Voltron. The first time they do it by accident, and and Zarkon wants all the 3 lions because Voltron's known as the power of the universe, like legendary defender.
Yeah,
and I think there's 7 series of this, 7 seasons of this.
Right.
So it's quite heavy and quite a lot. I started watching it ages ago. I watched it, but I started rewatching season 1, and I still love it now. It's like it's just got the funniness to it, it's silliness, but it's easy to watch, and it's later episodes are really good. So yeah, and it is if you want to binge something really binge something, Voltron's the one to go for.
Yeah, no, that's fair. Some of the longer series can get a bit to you if you haven't been keeping up to date. Voltron's not something I've ever watched. I do know about it.
Mm-hmm.
When it popped up there, I couldn't help think about the Rick and Morty episode with the weasels.
Okay. There's some like weird aliens in this. Yeah, yeah.
They build a Voltron out of not lions, the weasels.
Oh, the
It
weasels. Yeah,
was
yeah.
a pretty funny episode.
It is.
But look at it; it looks a little bit more aimed at kids than it
It
looks
is.
this one.
This one's very kid friendly. So it still does have some seriousness to it.
Yeah,
Obviously, heartfelt. But I would say that this is main more because it's DreamWorks. It's more
yeah.
aimed for kids. So
Oh, and DreamWorks as well. I will say did Blue Eye Samurai.
yeah, yeah.
So
So yeah, very good animation
so
studio.
they absolutely are.
Yeah.
Well, you know that way. If you grew up with anything like Shrek and all that, the DreamWorks done all that stuff. What we got next, Simon? Read. Well, Strawberries.
That's
Yeah,
all
on the
the
manga.
anime recommends on Netflix. So
It
on
is.
to Reads. So
yeah. If you're on Netflix, there's plenty there. There's a lot more. A lot of there's actually some stuff from Crunchyroll on there as well. So
yeah,
yeah. So you have got some good stuff. Yeah. So I started Wild Strawberries.
yeah.
And I've been making read along videos. And Wild Strawberries is what I'm going to be starting in October. Well, I've actually done the first 3 chapters.
Yeah.
I've read the first 3 chapters and they'll be getting uploaded.
And so I recommended this to you last week.
You did.
What like this is a brand new manga you've just picked up from my recommends.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts then? What's got you hooked?
I've seen it trending in manga at the minute.
Yeah.
Where they're replacing human hearts with other things. Wait, Chainsaw Man.
Oh right, yeah.
Demon Heart.
Yeah, yeah.
Wild Strawberries. Jinka.
Yeah.
That's attached to his heart.
Yeah.
His sister. I'm loving it actually. It's really interesting. I think I said to you last time when we talked about it with the body horror in it. That's like nearly every chapter up to now.
Yeah, it's got some really
doesn't let. But yeah, the story up to now is good, so I'm enjoying. I think there's 30 chapters out now.
Yeah, it's quite a few chapters. I started. I didn't pick up what one of your recommends because I didn't actually say.
All right, cool.
I started reading Dan, so I've only done first 4 or 5, but I'm actually enjoying it. It's quite fun.
Yeah, it is a fun one. That one.
Yeah.
Wild Strawberries a lot more somber.
Yeah.
Dan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm loving it. So keep an eye out on this channel.
It reminds me of obviously what's the biggest one? Last of Us sort of style element.
It's got like the cordyceps thing.
Yeah. But this is a bit more gruesome than that, I think. So in a way,
pretty much a lot more.
Yeah, a lot more. Yeah.
I don't know if this has been optioned for an anime yet.
No, it hasn't. I think it will. I think it will be picked up. Though.
I think they get to like 160 chapters or something, and then they get optioned.
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, that seems to be the trend I've been noticing with them. But yeah, absolutely brilliant read.
I'd be interested to see if they thought like they got a bit of inspiration from Last of Us for this. So,
I would have said yes.
Yeah.
It has changed up quite a lot, though. To be fair.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bit different because obviously Last of Us it's a survival one. Where this one is more.
Because there's people living.
There's still people living with these.
They take medication for it because the pollen. But yeah, obviously I've read up to chapter 3 now. A girl's turned up with a big massive sword, so I'm all in.
Always the swords.
Good girl, big sword. What can you say?
Okay,
Simon.
So this is one you haven't read. So this is Karugabachi. This is in line for an anime, and this is a new one on the block, and it's absolutely amazing. It is so good. So this guy's called Chihiro, sorry. And he's the son of Kishagi, who is a sword. What do you say? A sword blacksmith? Yes.
Right.
The person who creates swords. But he's
swordsmith.
created swordsmith. Basically, and he helps him as a kid. And basically, these swords that they look after and he's created are like So people in the world have special magic abilities, and they can like the battle and things like this. It's got a very it's set in sort of Tokyo, and it's got a very mafia style element to it.
Oh, like Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza style element to it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
But these swords that he create are like they're elemental swords, or not just elemental swords. They're basically powerful swords that people shouldn't have. He's made these swords with like magic in them, and people shouldn't have them. And because what happens is his dad gets killed, and they leave him as a kid with his dead body crying over it. And then it sort of goes to him being an adult, and he's actually, because his dad taught him the swordsmithing, he's created his own sword, and they call it his own sword. And he's got a revenge element into his mindset where he wants to obviously grab all the swords, because they stole the swords off his dad. That's why they killed him. So they stole all the swords off his dad, and they've, some people can't even control these swords. They're that powerful. Like take over people's minds. And so he just basically binds in with that and basically that's the sort of element of it. So with him, and then he with the Yakuza style of it, and he joins in with this sort of bunch of people, and they try and stop some of these sword holders. And he finds out one of these swords goes up, like the first sort of arc goes up for auction. And so there's this massive battle at this sort of auction house, trying to get this sword back, basically. But the auction isn't like a normal auction house. Like the people who control the auction have a sort of power where they can create their own space, and they keep.
So it'd be like a domain expansion
type thing, and they create their own space, and there's like a few like they've got brothers and sisters and things like that, well, mainly brothers they are. And so the dad creates his own space and keeps all the auction items in the space safe, and only certain people can enter that space. So to get hold of the sword before it goes up on auction is really hard. So but that's all ended now as that sort of arc, and it's moving on to a new arc now. So I've read up to those chapters, so don't know how many chapters that is. I can check for you.
That's going to be on Sean then, is it?
Yeah, it's to say, like you were saying, how many chapters? It's only up to chapter 50.
Oh, that's not bad.
It's not. There's not many to read at the moment, so that people could fly for it. But this is definitely
50 chapters.
This is going to be picked up and be an anime, because it's one of those next big ones.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So my next week. One Piece. I've done how many chapters? I think I've got 2 chapters up on my channel, read throughs, because I've been reading through them as well online. But I just realised using StreamYard, because I've been using slides to do a read through, I only get 2 hours worth of pre-recorded stuff on StreamYard.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to figure another way to do that. But anyway, so I started One Piece. I'm a bit further ahead than what I've been reading through on the channel. But yeah, I'm really, really into One Piece at the minute. And
it is good. So
and the anime is now on BBC.
Yeah. It's BBC on Crunchyroll as well. You can watch it on Crunchyroll.
But they're all English dubbed on BBC.
Yeah.
So I'll be watching it on there. And I've got the arc set out as well. So, but yeah, everybody knows about One Piece. I don't really have to go into a big explanation about it.
I am reading One Piece. I'm not watching it. So you're obviously reading it as well. I'm up. It's up to 1,126.
Yeah. I'm about chapter 8.
You're on chapter 8. I am reading. In fact, I've got a new one to read tonight. By the looks of it, it came out 22nd, literally today.
But I am on. It would be like episode. What episode? They're in the Grand Line now. They've just gotten in the Grand Line.
Yeah. So you've seen it. It starts obviously Luffy. He gets. Like this is also a Netflix series as well.
It's got the live action series, which we thought about on Simon's channel.
And I watched this on. I remember watching this at Cartoon Network, like the very first few seasons.
Oh, was it on Cartoon Network?
It was on. That's where it was started on. It started on Cartoon Network,
right.
And it was on there when I was a kid. And that's how long ago this is. Like, I remember being as a teenager or a kid and watching this, a bit like watching the Spider-Mans and everything like that. This was on it as well. So, yeah. And like, for me, it's weird because like I just sort of stopped watching it because, and then I didn't, and then I had to pick it back up again. So it was one of those I had to really read and intensely and pick it back up again. And I actually read a lot of One Piece, then watch a lot of it. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm
they do change things from the manga to the anime. Things still get changed about and everything. So
they do, and I have watched. There's 2 One Piece movies. I've watched 2 of those.
Right.
So yeah, there's a gold one and a new recent one. They're both. I think one of them's on Netflix as well. Red something. You know.
Okay. Okay.
I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, 2 movies on of One Piece I've watched as well. I'm sure there's a lot more, like we were saying, like in fillers. But this is One Piece at one point does have a time skip.
Yes, you told me that last time. Yeah.
Yeah. So you'll have to tell me when you get to the time skip. But like I remember watching everyone like what I loved about One Piece is he kept adding to his crew and adding to the characters, and I love it when you're like, oh, he's got a new crew member, and it's and like a whole sort of arc is around that crew member and who.
Yeah, because I know I'm coming up there. Is it Chopper?
Chopper, yeah.
So, I know a few episodes up from him being introduced. So
yeah, so they should have a Chopper is one of the early ones. I don't know if they have Frankie yet. So he starts off. Starts off with Rororo,
Zoro,
Sanji, Nami, and Usopp.
Usopp.
So you have those, and then obviously Luffy, and then they start getting Chopper.
Yeah,
and that's where what I like about it. One Piece is that it's a lot of it at the start is just about him getting a new crew member, and then you'll get up to a new section where they get Frankie. And then they get the skeleton guy, which I forget his freaking name is now. Can't remember his name. But
is it Robin as well? The guy?
Oh yeah, Robin. So Robin has a massive play in it, and there's a big whole arc all around Robin.
All right, cool.
The whole arc you'll read all about Robin, and then they get the Bones guy, and they but that's the majority of the crew. There is one other crew member that comes later. And then Luffy makes friends with other pirate crews that you would call him like a part of the of the pirates he is. So yeah.
I will say it all. Nami and Robin, top waifu.
Yeah, I wonder why.
I've seen pictures.
Yeah.
Moving on. No, but One Piece is massive. It is one of the biggest animes out. It has been for quite a while. So I think this will probably be the last time we talk about it for quite a while.
Yeah.
Until the new live action comes out anyway. Unless I catch up really quickly with the manga and the anime. Look at Simon, look at the pictures of Nami there. That's inside on the side there. Right. But Simon.
Mine. Okay, so this is off Webtoons, as you can see. So it's a new series.
All right, yes.
Webtoons. In fact, let me tell you how many I'm up to at the moment.
These go in episodes, don't they?
These are sort of episodes, yes. So instead of things, they're on episodes. But I'm on like what we call season 2. So there's season 1 episodes, and then season 2. So they do have nearly over 100 on each. So like I've done in episode 1, I did over, and I've read over. Where are we? 85. So there's 85 in the first season episodes. So season 1 has got 85 sort of reads, and then I'm started reading up. I've read up to 20 on season 2. So
these Webtoons, sorry mate.
This is Webtoons.
Are they quicker to get through, or like the same amount of pages as you would get in a normal manga?
So manga, obviously you read backwards, don't you? So you read that way, So with Webtoons, you sort of read upwards like this. So you flick upwards.
All right.
So it's weird. So they've made it so you read in like a mobile, like going like that way.
Right.
Yeah. So you read that way. And what I don't like about it is they repeat. So what they ended, they sort of repeat you flick through it quite quick because they sort of repeat from the last episode. So you've got the first two scenes are like a repeat before you get into it again. But it's something I read at night, and it's something easy. And I mean, I don't. The difference with webtoons over like Shonen Jump, I pay $199 a month.
Yeah,
I think
it
it is.
Yeah.
But with webtoons, you buy sort of credits, and
Right.
you can pay those credits. But some are free. So like this is free for me. So it's all free reading. So I'm like, oh well, if it's free, I must read it. So where other ones you have to pay the credits to read the episodes, or if you get to an episode, there may be like 10 episodes that are locked, and you can get further ahead of those episodes by paying credits. So it's a different way but what I like about webtoons, it's better for the creators to earn money that way. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
absolutely. The money's going straight to the creators.
It's going straight to the creators, yeah.
It's like we read comic books, and that's what we normally do on the channel. We read comic books and we talk about them, Western comic books. And if you know much about the comic book industry, the creators did not get a lot of money.
Yeah.
And I still don't think they do get a whole
lot. And that's why I think we need an app. Like the trouble is, a lot of the comic apps out there, they're still commercialized big companies, right?
Yeah.
Marvel or someone like that.
Yeah.
They're not targeted for independents like Webtoons is. So obviously Webtoons will probably take a cut, but
absolutely, yeah.
But the artists are earning their own money. Do you see what I mean? So they're writing.
So would this be a thing of the artists uploading it onto the site?
Yes. Yeah. So anyone can do this, because I'd love to do it myself. I'd love to create my own comic webtoon.
So they'd get the bigger share of the money if they're just using the site. They pay the site so much, and then they get the bigger share, which is brilliant. I think that's absolutely brilliant.
What digital artists creating digital anime this, to me, it's still a manga comic because it's done in that style.
Yeah.
So it's just read differently, and it's made differently, and it's done by independent artists.
Yeah, it's a manga for Gen Z because they're scrolling up all the time.
So what's weird is you got Solo Leveling that came out on Crunchyroll recently.
Yes. Yeah.
That was a webtoon. That wasn't an anime.
Yes, I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
It's not a manga at all, and so a lot of these webtoons are getting picked up for Netflix series, and also New Home was a webtoon.
Right.
Yeah, and there's another new series coming out soon, Hellbound. Hellbound's a webtoon.
Okay.
So there's a lot of and you've got all your genres on there: romance, horror, and a lot of really good horror there, like amazing horror. But anyway, so this one I've started reading. This one's a very, I would say, silly one, but fun to read. It's silly yet fun to read. So this is the concept, a bit like Sword Art Online, where people are putting the headsets on. There's the normal world, and then they're logging into a character.
Oh, so they're going like VR.
VR, yeah. And they've got VR. There's a character, and there's a character world, and that's it. And so the main protagonist is Julie, or Julie, or whatever his name, and there's Sarang, and so I think it's more. I think looking at that, I think there's more Chinese names. I think.
Yeah.
They sound like it. Anyway, so he's the main guy in this, and he's a new starter. He spent a bit of money getting a bit of kit, and he comes to this woman, and she's on she's got a mission to kill noobs, right? So he's just
kill what? Sorry, noobs,
right?
Oh, noobs,
exactly. And so he friends her and thinks he's like, oh great, this is a really fit girl who's got and let's be friends. So she's like, yeah, let's be friends. Joins friends and partners with him as a party, and then basically kills his character. And so all the new kit he's bought, he's just lost. And then they start off in the main city town, and he's really upset about it. And basically, she's been given a secret mission to get this secret goddess mode.
Okay.
And so she's a bit sinister, but then it turns anyway. And so he's really upset. He's lost all his gear that he's just bought, and she's just killed him. And she calls him noob all the time. Oh, noob, like that. And anyway, so that's the woman in the black hair there. Anyway, so then he gets given this stick, and it's just a normal stick. And people level 1 would start off with a stick, like as a weapon. Because he can't. It's given it because he can't afford anything else. And I think
you got the poo stick. Get on your way.
I've got a stick. So all he's literally wearing is a pair of pants, a cape, and a stick. So that's all he wears, right? He can't afford anything else. He can't afford decent armor like everyone else. Yeah. And then he gets like what we call a reinforced tool, like because you can reinforce weapons and things like that. Okay. And for whatever reason, this stick is glitched, and it's a glitch stick, and he can reinforce it with plus 99 stats. So he's basically it shouldn't happen. A stick usually when you reinforce things, the durability goes and it breaks. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Well, with this one, he's able to reinforce it like 99 times by accident, and so with that, he basically becomes OP overnight.
Yeah.
With a reinforced plus 99 stick. The durability is going to break. It breaks nearly 3 times until he goes and kills the end boss. So he literally goes straight to the end boss zone, which is Urus the twin-headed dragon, and he one hits him with the stick.
Okay. So is that thing in the last panel there?
Yeah, that panel there. And so what happens is like, Urus is like, no, don't kill me. Like he's like, you just kill me. And he's like, he goes to this little dragon form, and he goes, okay, well then give me whatever you can. So he actually sort of merges with the stick to so it gets infinity durability.
Okay.
So now he's got a reinforced stick with the stats of plus 99, infinity durability, so the stick will never break. And yeah, it just gets silly because he gets bigger OP powers and things like that. And but basically, and so at one point he wipes out the whole server. He just whacks the whole stick and it just wipes out the whole place. The whole server gets shut down, and they don't want that to happen again. And so in real life, the game creators come up to him and say, no, you can't do that again. And they take him out for dinner. They get main head game creator, but it's one of those funny things where it's like it shouldn't happen in like an RPG or a game. It shouldn't happen. It's a bit like OP, and he's the main sort of character, and he makes these weird faces sometimes, like it's really funny.
Right,
But I just enjoyed reading it. I really enjoyed reading it. It's funny, and it gets a bit further in depth. And as I said, we're in season 2 now. But it's a really good read, and it's silly, it's funny, it's just things that shouldn't happen. So
here's the thing now, because we know which way anime is leaning. You get a lot of these. I forgot the name. You said it before, like ReZeros.
It's isekais.
Yeah, isekais. This seems like an isekai, so you can absolutely see this getting made to an anime at some point.
It's not so much of an isekai, but it's definitely like your Sword Art VR. So when we go into different worlds, there's even an isekai because they want to try and make someone go into a different world, or a VR headset like Sword Art. And it seems to be the way nowadays. They can't just go, or they're already fancy, like but I think there just seems to be too much of them going down that way. But
there's a lot.
They've just accepted it. Yeah, there's a lot. Like literally every new anime that's out on Crunchyroll.
What's that one? You got me onto last time with the lad who was trying to kill himself.
Oh yeah. I can't. Shouldn't be known in this world or something.
Yeah. I watched a bit more of that, and I'm thoroughly enjoying that one. By the way.
Yeah, that's got a different concept to it, and this is it. Like I think we should go like a lot of these anime artists. They're overworked, but the ideas are like just being repeated and repeated and repeated. That's why people want something different. People like Attack on Titan. People like Bleach because they're all different, and we need
I don't know if that's because the main thing in Japan is like that sort of anime. That's what's big in
isekai,
Japan.
Maybe. Yeah.
They're just gonna flow with that. People get bored of it.
The artist, because it sells like it must sell easy, must sell. I don't know.
Really must,
Yeah, like you've got your sports animes, and then you've got the isekai animes, and then it's the one-offs. Like, but the big hitters are like your Demon Slayers and things like that. So For me, I think a lot of these webtoons will be picked up as animes, but it's a new. If you don't want like these isekais that are coming all on Crunchyroll and things like that, and a different concepts of anime or manga, go to webtoons, because webtoons will have independent artists making their own ideas and creators, and you're going to get something completely new. So
there you go, folks.
Yeah.
Check out Webtoons. What did we have on next? That was our reads, wasn't it?
Oh yes. So this is something that's coming up that I've seen the trailer for. Devil May Cry has been turned into a Netflix anime, and it's coming out April next year. And like anything else, it should be really cool and amazing. I think they've already done a Devil May Cry once before, but this is Netflix.
Yeah,
this is Netflix's adaptation one. So
so Netflix, because when we were talking about doing this, there's a few Netflix shows. Because I said I was big into Devilman when I was a kid. There's a Netflix series out of that, Devilman Crybaby, I believe it's called.
Yeah, and that's really good as well. Yeah,
I need to go and check that out. But they're doing a lot of game stuff as well, because Tomb Raider, they're doing anime.
Yeah, that's coming out soon.
That was supposed to. I'm sure that was supposed to be out before.
Possibly, a lot of them get put back and then redone. And
So there's Tomb Raider,
Dragon Age. That's one.
Another DOG, is it?
Yeah, that's out.
Trying to think what else there was.
Well, you could even say League of Legends, like League of Legends.
League of Legends.
That's another one that's coming out soon, guys. I think it's literally October, sort of. I can't remember the exact date, but in October, season 2 of Arcane. I have watched that about 3 or 4 times. I absolutely love it. But I'm a big League of Legends player. I play League a lot. So
there's a new Witcher anime coming out as well.
Yeah. There's already one out.
Yeah, I was going to watch that one for the show. And then I ended up watching Blue Eyed Samurai instead. I did not regret it.
Yeah, so I think like Netflix is doing a lot of the game ones, films ones, things like that. So yeah.
But of upcoming stuff, Dan starts next month.
Yeah, let me see what I sent you. So there was a few that are starting.
ReZero season 3 is out.
Yeah.
I started season 1. I still need to finish watching that. But season 3 is out soon.
So you've got ReZero season 3. Blue Lock for anyone is out.
That's the football one.
That's the football one. That's that'll be another season because I think that's already out. That's October the 5th. That comes. Gun Gale, which is another one. Bleach.
We were going to do slides, and we got confused who was doing the slides. No one did the slides.
So there's a few. Obviously, Dan's on October. There's quite a few of them. Another one, Sanfro, is coming out in October. So there'll be a few new ones coming out or repeat ones, like Blue Exorcist as well, season 4.
All right, I still need to restart that.
And then the rest of Bleach on Disney Plus. So we will cover that one when we go on.
How many seasons is Bleach now? That's been a while.
So Bleach was done years ago, and I read yet again the manga to finish it all.
Yeah.
But they never finished the last season of the anime, which is the 1,000-year Blood War, it's called. And that was the last sort of manga sort of arc, and they never did the anime. So they've actually now done the anime, which is on Disney Plus, and somehow it was supposed to be on Crunchyroll. Crunchyroll bidded for it, and then Disney, because they've got the money and everything, pinched it. So but that's part 3. So it's quite, the Blood War arc is quite a big arc to finish it, but that is where it sort of ends. But I've heard that the Bleach creator is going to be bringing a whole new bit of anime out.
Really?
Yeah, and the Bleach creator created a manga, which I think is also on Crunchyroll as an anime about witches and dragons.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's the same bloke, and it's supposed to be in the same timeline as Bleach.
Okay.
So yeah, I can't remember what it's called, like Blue Witch or something. I can't remember what they're called.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But just to go along with the Netflix shows as well, if stuff on there is like Food Wars, that was pretty good. I watched, I think, the first season. JoJo's Bizarre Adventures on there.
Yeah.
Black Clover. I watched the first episode of that on Netflix.
It's my favourite.
I've got
Tattoo Master.
Okay, well, maybe we'll do a show with Black Clover at some point, because I was really enjoying it. But yeah, there's all sorts on Netflix. huge
Seven
variety.
Deadly Sins. You've got
7 Deadly Sins. That's another one.
That's really, and they've got bringing the second sort of well, 7 Deadly Sins finished, and now they're bringing another sort of one of Seven Deadly Sins sort of arc after 7 Deadly Sins. So
yeah. For new manga, I'm reading. I've got the new chapter of Chainsaw Man to read, so I'm going to read that tonight.
Yeah,
that just come out yesterday, the day before.
Yeah, so, I'm reading a couple of new ones. I can Itchy the Witch. There's only 3 chapters of that. Itchy the Witch.
Oh, I've seen that advertised. Yeah.
Yeah, Shinobi Undercover. That's a new one. And what was the other new one I was reading? Obviously, I already said about Ultimate Exodus. That's only on chapter 12. Yeah, so those are the 2 new ones I've picked up that I'm enjoying. Itchy Witch, I think, will be a good one. So
I might give that one a try.
Yeah.
But Ghost Reaper Girl. I think I've read the first chapter of Ghost Reaper Girl.
Yeah.
So it's fucking interesting. Ghost Reaper Girl.
But let us know, guys. What else we want to cover? Like, we're going to do the Halloween one next, I think. Halloween episode, and then we're
because Uzumaki comes out the end of this month. Yeah, I think all the episodes are dropping at once. So by the time Simon gets back, I'll have that watched.
Yeah. And we won't just do Uzumaki. There'll be some other.
Oh, no. We'll cover some other stuff as well.
Yeah.
How big do you think Dandadan's going to be? Because a lot of people will be going on about it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite a big one. Yeah, like from what I've seen, it's a lot of popular one with people. So it's been needing to be an anime for a while. So
I watched the trailer. The animation looks absolutely fucking absurd.
Yeah. Do you know who the animation studio is that's done it?
I don't know. I don't. I didn't look it up because I'm a bad YouTube person.
The other one I've only read a couple of chapters of this manga. It's Samako Days. That's supposed to be an anime soon as well.
Right.
Samako Days, and it's about a retired hitman who's like with his kids and family. So
okay, that sounds interesting.
It is quite a retired. Yeah, it's quite a good one, that one. But so there's a few out there, a few coming up. Everything to look forward to.
So lots of exciting things for us to talk about in upcoming shows. I think that's it, Simon. Anything else from you, mate?
No, that's it from me. I've got a Whatnot possibly tomorrow night, unless I don't know. I'll let everyone know, but I should be doing a Whatnot tomorrow night. So check out. If you've never used Whatnot, it's where we buy comics, other things. It's like an auction site. If no one's ever heard of it, please join. You'll get a £10 free from my sign up. I can send you one if you need to. Just DM me on Instagram. It's basically a auction site where I will be auctioning up comics.
Yeah. So this is what have you got a direct link for that, Simon?
I don't have a direct link, but if you sign up to Whatnot and just type in Comic Lad Simon, which is the same name as my YouTube channel as Whatnot, you'll find me on there. So
I'll put it in the description. I'll put it in the description because obviously I'll be adding Simon's channel in the description as well, so you can go over there and watch his stuff as well. But go check him out and Whatnot. What's coming up on this channel? No idea this week because I've been absolutely busy. But I've got stuff in the works. I did a reaction video the other night, a paranormal one, where I'm still working stuff out. The volume on the actual thing was really low, and my volume on my mic was really loud. Apologies, it happens. We're not all perfect. But anyway, yes, that's it from us. Please leave your comments below. Give us a thumbs up. And because I didn't play the intro trailer at the beginning, I played the wrong one because we were rushing about. I'm going to play it now.
Okay.
Cheerio all.
See ya.
1, 2, 3, 4.